He owned the world, but he did not own the night. It came for him, always. It crept up the sides of his glass tower, a silent, dark tide rising from the streets below. He sat in a chair made of leather so soft it felt like water. The city lights spread out like a carpet of fallen stars. They were his stars. He had bought them. He had arranged them just so, but they offered no warmth. The air in the room was cold. It was clean, filtered. It smelled of nothing at all. He preferred it that way. No smells to remind him of anything real. He looked at his hands. They were smooth, manicured. They had never known a day of hard labor, yet they felt heavy. They felt stained. He would wash them again and again, with expensive soap that smelled of sandalwood and regret, but the feeling never left. It was a ghost that lived under his skin. In the quiet of his penthouse, 100 stories above the sleeping world, he was the most powerful man in the city. He was also the most haunted. The silence was the loudest sound he had ever known, a deep, humming silence that held all his secrets. Tonight the silence felt different. It felt heavier. It had teeth. He could feel a pressure building behind his eyes. He stood up and walked to the vast window. The glass was cool against his forehead. His name was Arthur Finch. It wasn't always. He had shed his old name like a snake sheds its skin. He was born in a small town that smelled of dust and quiet desperation, a place where dreams went to die. He had one dream: to leave, to never look back. He was smart, not in books, but in people. He saw what they wanted. He saw their greed, their fear. He built his first company on a simple idea, an idea he stole from a friend. The friend faded. He bought companies. He broke them apart. He sold the pieces for a profit. The money came fast. It washed away his past, gave him a new name, a new face, the language of art, of wine, of old money, a steel and glass finger pointing at the sky. I am here. I have won. Arthur Finch owned things that could not be bought. A Monet lost in the war, seen only by him. A Stradivarius rumored destroyed. He never played it. A handwritten manuscript kept in controlled air. Beautiful things, stolen from the world. His public life, a masterpiece of curation. They saw the mask. Below, a fortress, secret floors, keyed elevators, retinal scans. Here the air was heavy, tinged with ozone, metallic and vaguely organic. This, not the glass above, was his true kingdom. Down, the elevator went, a perfect descent into darkness. He stepped into a shadowless hall, the only sound sterile breath of vents, a door with no handle, his palm on an invisible panel, a soft click, not jewels, a museum of single small objects perfectly lit. This was the one that mattered. Inside sat a child's worn teddy bear, one eye missing, the son of his first partner, the partner he ruined, a locket with a faded young woman, the wife of a competitor he drove to bankruptcy. He remembered her tears, each object, a trophy taken from a broken life. Not money, not homes. He took something that held the ghost of their happiness, a piece of their soul. The collection wasn't enough. He built darker rooms. They played cruel games. Fear walked a beam. Talent smashed a violin. He recorded their faces. The instant hope broke. New treasures, a splinter, a tear on glass, a jagged heartbeat. Fresher misery. Silence was precious, more than gold, more than armies. He bought news to bury news. Loyalty paid, deniability engineered, litigation to crush the brave. Sometimes conscience isn't for sale. Sarah spoke to a journalist. The usual methods failed. Arthur gave the order himself. Fix it. The next day, a tragic accident. Silence restored. Heavier. Stained. But victory felt hollow. He saw her face. Everywhere. Paranoia spread like a cancer. They whispered he was unstable. Wolves began to circle. He wandered among sad, broken things. They mocked him. He looked at the tear, the heartbeat. He felt nothing. The dread bloomed. He opened the final vault. He kept not bodies but proof. Small clinical things. A sealed bag. A single tooth. A molar. How did he know it was hers? His gardeners had handled it. He ran the secret cameras back to the night of the crash. Grainy but unmistakable. Sarah, alive, looking back with understanding. His team hadn't solved the problem, they kept it. Aimed fear back at him, a king in a glass tower, foundation crumbling. And then, another reflection. She was real. She was smiling. The soft metallic click of the door locking behind her.